Oh wow, this condo is just amazing. I had no idea you and my brother were living in such an incredible place. You never told me that you two had such a wonderful home. Oh, this is just too much. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Sorry, I'm a little confused as to what you're talking about. I am talking about this condo that you live in. It is just to die for. And the lobby? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if famous people live here. All the rooms are so big, and this view is just spectacular. It's like I've died and gone to heaven. I have to say that I really am jealous that you get to live in a place like this. Wait just one second. Lisa, I'm still not quite following what you're saying. Are you trying to tell me that you're in my house right now? Yeah, of course. Why else would I be saying all of this? After all, we're going to be moving in from today, so we just stopped by to pick out our rooms now. But I just had no idea what to even expect. The furniture is just perfect, and the whole design motif is amazing. Oh, the couch is so comfy, and the bed in the master bedroom just eats you up. Wait a second, are you going into my bedroom now? Well, we're all family here, so I don't see the big deal. But man, I really do love beds like this. I might end up just falling asleep right now. Hold on there, are you lying in my bed right now? I really didn't expect our new place to be this perfect. I just don't even have the words for it right now. All the furniture looks like it was ripped straight from the pages of a catalog. I just feel like I could take a photo of anywhere in this place and it would be Insta-worthy. In fact, maybe I should make a new post. No, stop this right now, Lisa. You can't just break into people's homes and take pictures. So please do not post anything from my house on your social media, okay? Oh, come on. What's the big deal? Everything's going to be just fine. I mean, it isn't like you or my brother are famous or anything. Who is even going to know who this apartment belongs to if I just post one little photo? I understand why you might think that, but you never know who's watching what you post. Can you please respect my privacy since you are in my home right now? I don't want any of my personal life going online, and I certainly don't need a picture of my house uploaded either. Oh, well, I wish that you would have said something earlier, Nancy, because I just posted something right now. Are you kidding me, Lisa? Why would you do that? Well, I guess my finger slipped, but I'm already getting likes and comments on it, so it's way too late for me to delete it now. I can't believe that you would do that. Look, I get that you probably think you're so great for living in a place like this, but there's no need to be unreasonable. Like I said, you aren't a celebrity, so no one's going to care at all if I post a picture from this place. And besides, I took such a pretty picture. Honestly, you're just wasting a place like this by not putting it online for others to see. I am not living in this condo building so that I can brag about it to others. Well, don't worry, because I will be sure to take lots of pictures while I live here. After all, you were away on an emergency business trip, right? So I'll have fun and house sit here until you get back. Hey, Nathan, are you there? Just what the heck is going on here? Why in the world is Lisa at our new house saying she's going to stay there? I never heard of any of this before now. Did you invite her to our place without telling me?
I don't really see what the big deal is. Besides, Lisa wouldn't quit bugging me about wanting to see where we live since we moved in here. And I guess she really liked what she saw, but I don't understand why you're so upset. You're not even there to begin with.
What do you mean you don't get why I'm upset? I'm upset because we bought that place for you and I to live in. Not only that, but I still haven't even gotten to stay there since I had to leave on this trip before we would move in. So I don't really understand why you're just letting other people stay there without even telling me about this.
But that's exactly why I'm saying that I don't understand the anger. I mean, who cares who gets to step foot in the house first? Don't you think that's a bit of an immature thing to get hung up on?
I think that I am well within my rights to be mad about this. Did you know that your sister even went into our bedroom? She was telling me about how comfy our bed was since she was lying down in it. I don't want to have to think of her doing that. And on top of that, she started posting pictures from the condo, even though I asked her not to. She completely ignored me.
And that's all you're getting mad about? Who cares if she gave herself a tour of the place? And it's only some photos. Have you seen her social media presence? Every photo she posts always gets lots of likes and comments. It's a good thing.
Okay, then how about we try flipping this? How do you think she would like it if I just barged into her house while she was away? Or what if someone came into your house while you weren't home and was messaging you about being in your bedroom? What if you spent all this money on a nice bed and before you ever get used to it, your dad has called it for himself? Are you really saying you wouldn't care?
Sure, I guess that would probably annoy anyone.
And what about the photos? I specifically asked her not to post anything, and she ignored me and did it anyways. What if our relatives or neighbors get a hold of those photos, huh? Do you want all of them to always be commenting about how great our house must be to us all the time?
Okay, I think I see your point. I don't need the whole world making assumptions about how we live. You're right, I wouldn't like that at all.
Well, that's what Lisa's doing right now. She's making me feel uncomfortable in the way that it would make you feel uncomfortable. So, do you understand why I'm so upset now?
Yes, I do. I'm really sorry for not listening to you better before. I'll go and talk to Lisa and ask her to take down the post with their photo of our place.
Well, I'm just glad that we were finally able to understand each other. I do not want to have this conversation again, okay? And until I get back from my business trip, I don't want Lisa coming into our house anymore.
You mean you don't want her to step foot in our house until you're back? Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to work.
What are you talking about? Why wouldn't that work? What's the matter with that?
Well, Lisa did tell you that she was going to be moving in, right? I told her that she could stay for the 2 months while you were gone. Or rather, she asked if it would be okay if she could, and I said yes.
Are you kidding me right now?
The thing is that Lisa was getting kicked out of her apartment building by her boyfriend. I guess that they got in some big fight or something, so please, can't we just let her live there for 2 months?
Absolutely not. That is not okay with me at all. I understand the circumstances, but I'm sorry, the answer is no. I really feel like you went behind my back and betrayed me by telling Lisa this was okay.
I know, and I'm really sorry, but I already told Lisa that it was okay, so I don't think there's anything we can do now.
I still just can't believe it. How could you give your sister permission to do this without consulting me first?
It's only 2 months. I promise you that things are going to be just fine. I'll be sure to talk to her about the no posting rule, but for now, you just need to worry about your work, okay?
Lisa, I just wanted to confirm that you heard from your brother that I am getting back from my business trip today, right? So please make sure that you leave my condo as clean as when you moved in there. And if you moved anything, please replace it. Do you understand? Wait, what? Are you really going to be coming back today? I guess I totally forgot. I haven't done anything at all to prepare to move. So I think I'll actually just make myself at home here for a little bit longer. Thank you very much. Oh, give me a break, Lisa. You are not going to be staying in my condo for another moment. I've already let you crash there for 2 months now. You've had plenty of time to get your affairs in order. So I hope that you've saved up enough money to be able to move into a new place now, because you are going to be gone by the end of the day. I'm sorry, but I don't see myself moving from this condo anytime soon, so... I mean, why in the world would I ever give up living in an amazing place like this? I have loved living here, and I've been here for so long that I feel as if the space is mine now. And since I'm basically the de facto owner of this condo now, I think that I'm just going to keep it for myself. You are not the de facto owner of anything, Lisa. I pay the rent on that place, I pay for the utilities. Nathan has told me that you never offered to pay for anything at all the whole time you've been there. Well, that's because my brother said that I didn't have to pay for anything if I didn't want to. Besides, you both only get to live here because of how much money Nathan makes. And because he's so nice to me, I'm able to live here without paying for anything. It really is like a dream come true. It just goes to show how much more love he has for his little sister than his old cow of a wife. Excuse me? Did you seriously just send that message to me? Look, the fact of the matter is that you have plenty of space here and the three of us can easily all live here. So I think you should just accept that I'm going to stay here. I am telling you that that is not going to happen. Don't you understand? Nathan and I are renting this place so that he and I can live together. If we wanted a roommate, we would have chosen a house that had a roommate. But the whole time we were looking for a place to live, we were only thinking of living with each other, and that's what's going to happen. Well, what would happen if everything you liked about this apartment suddenly were to change? What is that supposed to mean? How would it change? Well, what if today I were just to throw out all of your things and dump all of your appliances outside? Then there would be plenty of room for all my things. And then you won't have to worry about living here with Nathan anymore. Isn't that great? The house will be perfect for Nathan and I to live in instead. I really just don't even understand where you are getting these ideas of yours from, Lisa. Well, I don't care if you don't understand because I'm going to throw your things out anyways. The appliances, tablets, electronics, and anything else that belongs to you. Of course, I'll keep whatever I want to out of those first, and you can count on that. You really are just taking this way too far. Do you know that, Lisa? Of course I am. How else was I supposed to get through to such a stubborn old woman like you? Let me make this crystal clear. This condo is mine now. I am going to live here with my brother, and there is no room for you here at all. So I hope you can have someone else who can go pick you up at the airport and have another place to stay. You won't be coming back here. And you're really sure that this is how you want to do things? Of course! With you out of this picture, this condo really is going to be living in a dream. And I'll be there with Nathan, who will pay for everything. It's so nice having such a wonderful big brother with so much money. Why bother finding a boyfriend when I have a brother? Okay, fine. If you two want to have your weird little living scheme, then fine. But I just don't know how someone with no job like you and someone who only brings in about $500 a month through their part-time job like your brother are going to be able to afford that place. After all, the monthly rent is about $6,000. Wait, what? What do you mean my brother only makes $500 a month? I mean that now I have to go and find a different place to live. And one more thing, can you do me a favor and tell your brother about all of this? And also tell him that I want a divorce. Now, you hold on just a minute there. What do you mean by all this? I'm so confused. What is going on? What do you think is going on, Lisa? I'm going to divorce my husband, Nathan, as in your brother. But this doesn't make any sense, and you still didn't explain what you meant about him making so little money. I know that my brother works for a big company and makes a ton. He's been working so hard ever since he graduated college, so I know that he must have a good salary by now. I'm afraid that I already make several times more than what your brother makes. But as for Nathan, he just up and quit his job that he got after college one day and hasn't worked full-time since. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that you do know I actually work for a large company, right? And I actually make quite a bit of money. And you really make that much more money than my brother does? Of course, Nathan was also supportive of me earning more than him. He never appeared to have any anger or resentment about it. Even when he had his office job and I was earning more, he seemed to be okay with it, but then one day he just quit. Actually, he told me that he still hadn't given up on his dream to start a band, if you really want to know. My brother quit his job so that he could go and start a band? Of course, you remember that he used to play guitar a bit when he was in high school and then in college. He was even in a tiny little band for a while. In fact, I think some of those guys have actually gone on to bigger and better things, musically speaking. But I guess that Nathan still feels as though that's a dream that he should pursue. I don't even know what to say to this. I mean, I remember that he used to talk about his band a lot back in the day, but I didn't think that he would quit a salaried job to go and do something like this. Yes, well, I suppose you could say that he is a very driven man. I don't think many would have the guts to do what he did. Rather, it might have taken guts if Nathan didn't already know that he could just rely on me for financial support. Although I did really want to support him in his dream, at least at first. So then, he asked you if it was okay to quit his job and you said yes? No, he didn't ask. He just quit and basically left me in a spot where I could only agree to give him the help he wanted. But then, does that mean that the person paying for the condo and utilities and everything this whole time has been you? That's exactly right. My name is on the lease, and I don't think Nathan has contributed a single penny to any of this, not even for furniture. He said that he needed to save up as much money as he could for his band. But because of that, he really hasn't even given me a penny to help for anything. So anyways, this is why I'm just cutting my losses and giving you both the condo, if you can find a way to pay for it, that is.
Please don't divorce me, Nancy. How am I supposed to live without you?
You mean my money? It's too late to try and fix this. I'm going to send the divorce papers to your parents because I assume you'll be living with them once you're kicked out of the condo.
But you were supposed to help me achieve my dream, remember? How could you do this to me after you promised that you'd help?
That's what I want to be asking you. You cornered me into a place where I basically had to help you. But despite all my help, you had the nerve to bring another woman into our condo while I was away.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the girl in your band. A friend of mine saw you walking around hand in hand with another woman and sent me a picture. I remembered that it was the girl from your band, and I hired a private investigator to look into what was going on, and they gave me all the evidence I need to prove you're cheating.
But then, you're really just going to leave me like this? I don't even have a job, and now I'm going to lose my home. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know why you're crying to me, but you aren't my problem anymore. Don't worry, though. I'm sure that your sister is in a similar boat now. Maybe the two of you could figure something out. Just leave me out of it. After that, I ended up needing to hire a lawyer because Nathan was dragging his feet through the divorce process. In the end, all the necessary paperwork was finally signed and filed. I made sure to sue Nathan and his band member for their affair as well. Afterwards, both Nathan and Lisa had no choice but to beg their parents to let them live at their house again. They convinced their parents that I had arranged for their downfall, and so they blamed me for everything. Their parents agreed to let their kids move back in, but quickly learned that neither of them had any plans of getting a real job and moving out anytime soon. I can only wonder how long that setup is going to last. I heard from a friend that they saw Nathan playing inside of a subway station one evening. He looked quite dirty and was asking for money with a cardboard sign. I can only wonder at how things fell apart between Nathan and his parents after they moved in. Either way, it does not sound like Nathan is having a very successful music career. As for me, I took the money that I got from the lawsuit and used it to move into a new condo where I knew I would be the only one living there. It is going to take some time to adjust to the single life, but controlling the environment around me is a good first step.
Hi, Ava. Aren't you going to come home yet? It's almost time for dinner. I'm sure your daughter Dora wants to have dinner with her mother as well. Huh? Are you trying to make me come home by bringing up Dora? That's called bullying your son's wife. You need to respect me more because I'm being kind enough to let you live with us. I don't really need you to live with me, though. I guess so, because you don't have any illnesses and are still of the age where you can still work just fine. If you understand, then would you please stop making me take care of Dora for you all the time? What? It's always me, her grandmother, who sends her off and picks her up from kindergarten. She spends most of her time at home with me as well. Of course she does, because I'm asking you to take care of her. That's not what I'm trying to say. Her father usually comes home by 5 in the evening, but you always come home after Dora's already gone to bed. Don't you think that not spending time with your 5-year-old daughter could be a bad thing for your relationship with her in the future? Not only that, but I don't know where you go off to from morning till dusk, but it seems that you're spending a ton of money. What? You have no right to call me out on that. Speaking of which, I'm actually very busy. I can't come home yet, so make sure Dora takes a bath, eats dinner, and goes right to bed, alright? Huh? Hold on. Just what time do you intend on coming home? Tell me that at least. I don't know. Ava! I'll end the conversation here then. Jesus, will you please stop messing around? Hi, Mrs. Tate. Are you home yet? You have it so easy going on a trip 3 days with your second son's family. The main purpose of the trip was to do an interview for work, and I only brought my second son's family because they also had something to do with work. An interview? That doesn't make sense. So, are you home yet? Yes, we just reached the front door. Go to your room immediately. Huh? All my stuff is gone, and in its place is this supposed to be a child's room? That room is going to be Dora's room from now on, so leave the house, will you? What? Me? You're telling me to leave the house? Yes, I am. Do I have to repeat myself? Where did you put all my stuff? I threw it all away. You threw it away? Even my computer and printer? Of course. Those are just your toys, right? It doesn't make sense for me not to throw them away. I use those for work. What have you done? What are you talking about? You don't even have a job, right? Huh? You see, Mrs. Tate, have you noticed that it's been 3 years since we started living with you? I don't know the exact amount of days, but I remember around 3 years ago today my son Desmond suddenly brought you and Dora to my house and said, "Please let us live with you." Huh? What do you mean, let us live with you? Don't you mean that we offered to live with you? What? The company Desmond worked at suddenly went bankrupt, and he could no longer support the family, so you three would live with me until he found another job. Was the situation right? Huh? Ew! You're so delusional. The only reason Desmond changed jobs was because he found a better paying one. It also just happens to be that his new office was near your house, so we were kind enough to move in with you. But even after that, you show us this huge attitude all the time, even though you're just a parasite that depends on Desmond to get by. It really touches on my nerves, you know? Don't you realize I'm giving you a job to do by making you take care of Dora as a way to repay what we're doing for you? That's why I finally decided to exercise my authority as the oldest son's wife and take your room away from you. This is to show you how lucky you were that Desmond offered for us to move in with you. The parasite's garbage needed to be cleaned up, you know. And finally leave. What are you going to do about Dora? Is there someone else that's going to take care of her? I'm going to invite my mother to live with us from now on. So, there aren't any problems regarding that. Actually, she's already here. By the way, the guest room is now my mother's room. Is that so? I'll say it one more time. Parasitic trash like you needs to be cleaned up and thrown away. Please just hurry up and leave. I understand. I'll clean up, all right? Oh, look at her now. You're going to clean yourself up, the garbage, by yourself? I mean, go ahead. There's one last thing I want to tell you, though. You've barely spoken to Desmond these past 3 years, right? So what if I haven't? I heard that whenever Desmond tries to find time for the two of you to talk, you always brush it off and ignore him. You should realize that by kicking me out, you've made your position a very dangerous one. Huh? Well then, I'll be seeing you at a later date. Mrs. Tate! Is it seriously true that this house used to be your parents' house and you've been the owner since you inherited it 10 years ago? And that when you were on the computer, you weren't playing games, but actually working as a freelance worker? And that Desmond has been trying and failing to get a job these past 3 years? Which is why you've been paying for our living expenses all this time? Yes, it's true. You've got something wrong with Desmond, though. It's not that he hasn't been working at all these past 3 years. He found a job at a temp agency and worked as a temporary employee for a while, but the pay was so low that he couldn't possibly support his family with it, which is when he noticed that he has no skills that would make him attractive in the job market. That's when he decided to get a national license and quit his job at the temp agency, and he started studying while working part-time. Thankfully, he was able to pass the exam. He was able to find a new job immediately thanks to his new qualifications, but, to his dismay, that company also went bankrupt 3 months later. Huh. Just yesterday, though, he was finally able to have some good luck. A friend of his who started his own business contacted him saying he was looking for someone with the exact same qualifications Desmond had, and so he hired Desmond. A few days earlier, Desmond told me that he was finally able to get a job that paid well. I gave a sigh of relief at that, but now for some reason, I've been kicked out of my own home by his wife. No way. This is the first I'm hearing this. I told you yesterday, but Desmond would always try and find time to talk to you, but you would always just ignore him, saying that it was a hassle. I do think that me and Desmond are partly to blame for what happened, though, since we always just let you get away with it. By the way, how's Dora? She keeps asking me where her grandmother is. Even though my mother is also her grandmother, Dora won't listen to a word she says. She just barely listens to what her father Desmond says. I told you that not spending any time with Dora, who's only 5 years old, might negatively affect your relationship with her in the future, right? It seems that that's what's happened. But then what are you saying I should do? I have no idea what to do with Dora. Mrs. Tate, what is this invoice you sent me? I don't have $100,000. I'm just a housewife. But that's the money you owe me for breaking the tools I need for work. It's the computer and the printer you called my toys. $100,000 is probably cheaper than what it's actually worth. Luckily, the data I was currently working on was backed up. But since my computer was thrown away, I'm no longer able to meet my deadlines. Desmond offered to pay for it, but I refused his offer. Why? If someone bails you out of this situation, this wouldn't have taught you a lesson. By the way, both your mother and your father, who's currently abroad on a business trip, agreed to making you pay for the damages. I always wondered what you were doing while you were off somewhere, making me take care of Dora for you. Apparently, you were always at your parents' house in the neighboring town and just laid around looking at shopping catalogs. I thought I would tell you because of your excuse of me bullying you is not going to work with your parents anymore. No way. I was divorced. Desmond let me off without making me pay an alimony, but he says I have to pay him child support every month from now on. I regret what I did, so why don't we just forget all about this? I oppose us divorcing. But didn't you sign the divorce papers yourself? I only did so because Desmond pressured me to. Please convince Desmond to get back together with me. Have a bit of sympathy for me. Well, I do understand why you people don't want to get divorced. You probably would have divorced Desmond without a second thought, though, if he was unemployed like he used to be. But now he's found a new job for sure this time, and he's going to be earning as much as he used to 3 years ago. I know that. Thinking of divorcing a woman who sees my son only as an ATM is the right choice. Which is why I have no intention of helping you. But, fine. If it's come to this, then I'm not going to leave this house no matter what you do. I'll consider leaving if you let me get back together with Desmond and forget about the $100,000, though. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I've already sold that house. You sold it? I mean, it's already 70 years old. It doesn't look like it, but it's already falling apart in some places. I was debating whether to reform it or to sell it, but I decided selling it would be a better decision for me. No way! My mom's telling me not to come home. I'll give you until the end of this month, so hurry up and prepare to leave, alright? I have nowhere else to go. Why is no one helping me? I decided not to help Ava in any way except for giving her time until the end of the month to move out. It seems that she interpreted what I told her in a different way, though, since it didn't look like she had packed her stuff even when it was the night before she was supposed to leave. Desmond, who had finally had enough, forcefully threw her out of the house after noon that next day, since she refused to leave. Of course, I couldn't let Dora see her parents like this, so I handed her over to my second son's house, where I'm also temporarily staying. Desmond was able to get custody of Dora, so it seems that I'm going to be helping him take care of her at my new house we're moving into next week. As for Ava, who is now on her own, apparently she was able to find a job that came with housing. She got into trouble with the other employees on the first day, though, and since she can't just quit, she now spends every day being treated coldly by her fellow employees, always working on the verge of tears.